Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about legislative efforts to combat race-based violence in our cities. My guest this segment is Isadore Hall, a member of the State Assembly from Compton. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me back again.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. And you've just been appointed a chair of a select committee in the State Assembly, the Select Committee on Human Rights, Diversity, and Race Relations.
That's correct.
And I understand a lot of it's going to be dealing with some fairly new and terrible problems going on in your district in Compton.
Right. Yeah. Recently, and it's been all over the press, we've had some incidents where there's been black on brown crime. A Latino gang has come into the community and basically forced a black community out of their neighborhood, and by beating with poles and things like that.
You know, that's interesting because, I mean, Compton, your hometown, has changed a lot demographically over the years, where it used to be almost completely African American. Now it's a majority Latino.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And so that's created some friction.
Well, it's created some friction, but I don't think it's the normal or the regular citizenry or the constituents that are actually battling. I think it's really more gang related, and these are gang related activities. And so, though they're isolated, if not taken care of and brought to a head and put a stop to, it could actually grow into a big problem for the community. But rightfully so, our community, both black and brown, for the most part, get along in our community.
So what are you looking at this committee to do? I mean, a committee you can hold hearings, certainly. You can propose legislation.
Right.
So, you know, where do you go?
Well, the reality is that a lot of these gangs are controlled by the jails and the prisons. And so we want to make sure that we bring the sheriff in to have a hearing with him and his top brass to ascertain those things that are happening in the prison that are falling and folding over into our streets, and making sure that our community is prepared for this type of activity. Then we're going to bring the Department of Corrections in to do likewise. Then we're going to talk to the Department of Probation and do likewise. And then give our constituency an opportunity to ask questions to law enforcement. Questions like, what can I do to help prevent this from happening again? What can we do to keep our kids safe? What type of activities and programs do we have to give them alternatives to this type of activity?
That's interesting because the usual reaction is to increase penalties on hate crimes,
Right.
but that doesn't do any good.
No, it takes care of an isolated incident, but it does not deal with the broader picture, the broader problem. And so we're looking for solution-based ideas to help cure and heal our community. And I think this is a great way of getting started with
Some
that.
of those solutions, however, are going to cost some money.
Going to cost some money, but I tell you what, before we start talking about money, we have to have a discussion. And I think at first, having the discussion would be best for our community.
So you're going to hold, hearings and try to bring all these parties together?
That's absolutely correct. We're going to have several hearings up and down the state because it just doesn't affect Los Angeles County. These problems are all across the state, believe it or not. In Oakland, down in certain parts of San Diego, these problems are happening. And I've spoken to many members in the legislature, and they say the same issue that you're facing in the South Los Angeles area are the same issues that we're facing in our respective districts. So we're going to go all up and down the state of California to try to have these hearings and try to bring some resolve to this issue.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but
it's
a very interesting issue, and
Well,
it's a very tough problem to solve, but we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. Reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government On Demand. I'm Steve Swat. Have a great day.